All right, if you haven't already, please make sure that you put your first and last name on your packet. Today is the 7th.
This is first and only warning that hoods need to be removed from your head before I start documenting on the
Please make sure that you take your hoods off, guys. For this week, the items that are due Friday, you have your warm up, you have your homework that's assigned nightly, you have the corn toss activity that we didn't get to last week that we'll do today. We have our test on Tuesday. The test is on scatter plots. It's not a very long test at all. It's on scatter plots and okay, thank you. It's on scatter plots and two-way tables. Okay. All right. So we have a test again on Wednesday, short, and it's on scatter plots and two-way tables. Okay. Tutoring this week is Tuesday at 3 p.m. Virtual tutoring. We're going to go over the warm up, which you should have already completed. You had plenty of time to complete the warm up. We're going to go over it, make sure you have it correct. Then we're going to go over two-way tables. And you're going to work on coin toss. Your homework for tonight is in the packet. You're going to do Monday's homework. Please make sure you study your notes. And there is a homework help video. Watch the homework help video. Okay, and I told you where to find that on the Canvas page. And I'm also sending you a copy of that in the usual place, Remind. Okay, Canvas and Remind. I'm going to pause for the calls. Take out your planner. All right. In your planner, we're doing week 7. Week 7 is from March the 7th to March 11th. So we got March 7 through 11, and this is Q3W7. Again, March 7 through 11, Q3W7. Monday's date, 3/7. Tuesday is 3/8. Wednesday is 3/9. Thursday is 3/10. And Friday is 3/11. If you want to go ahead and put in Saturday and Sunday, that's 3/12 and 3/13. Monday, we do have homework. So we have Math 8 homework, study notes. You have your notes in your interactive notebook on scatter plots, lines of fit, making prediction, and two-way tables. And watch homework video. Okay. Tomorrow we check off the things that we've done. We'll go ahead and put down here that we have a test Tuesday. So we have Math 8 test. And we need to put here that we have tutoring here. It's Math 8 tutoring. And that's at 3 p.m. Friday is when Math 8 work is due. for quarter test?
Yeah.
I want to say it's the 8th week. So I want to say it's next week, but I'm not sure. It has to be very, very soon.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pause for the call. All right, let's look at the warm up. I'm glad they're not all on the same day. So, all right. So this is what we're getting ready to get into. Um, this week we hadn't done this yet. Some of you might know the difference between rational and irrational. Um, Rational numbers are non-perfect roots. It's pi. It's non-terminating decimals, decimals that repeat without a pattern. Everything else is going to be rational. So there's only three types of irrational numbers. It's those non-perfect roots. So the square root of 30 is a non-perfect root. You get a decimal. So that is an irrational number. Pi, that's an irrational number. And a decimal such as 5, 8, 2, 3, dot, 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 has these dots on the end. That means that it never stops. This is an irrational number. Everything else is going to be rational. It's numbers that you can write as a fraction. Yes.
What's the word after perfect?
Root. All right. So this is a non-perfect root. So this would be irrational. This is a repeated decimal. I do know what's coming next. So this is rational. Repeated decimals are rational. Fractions are rational. And you see right here, pi, that's irrational. Okay, so you got irrational, rational, rational, irrational. Let's look at ordering from least to greatest. When you order from least to greatest, you have to write all of these as decimals. Okay, so let's type in the square root of 7. Let me see. I got my calculator. Anybody know what button to press for square root? Yeah. So we got second, and then we got this x2. Okay, very good. And so now we're going to type in 7 and see what decimal that is. That's 2.64 and some change. Okay. This is 2.4. Pi is 3.14 and some change. And let's do 45 over 15. What's 45 divided by 15? 3. So now we're putting this in order from from greatest to least. So which one of these is the highest number? Pi, okay, because it's 3.14 and some change. So we got that one. What's the next?
3.
3. So that's 45 over 15, which is 3. What's the next to the greatest?
264.
264. So the square root of 7. And then last is what? 2.4. Okay. I'll pause to make sure you have a chance to get this down. Anybody get this right? Okay. All right, let's put this in our folder. You need your calculator. You need your calculator and the half sheet that I gave you. This half sheet you're going to put in your notebook, but you're going to take a picture of it and submit it on Canvas as well for a grade. I'm going to show you exactly what I need you to do. And then you're going to do this with a partner, okay? Of course, you're going to take your own tally, but you can work with one other person. If there's an odd number, we can do one group of 3, but I think it might be even. I'm not sure. Yes.
I didn't get a half sheet.
Can you come get one, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So this is how this works. I'm gonna give you a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. You're gonna flip it each of these 20 times. You're gonna flip the penny 20 times, and you're gonna tally up how many times it fell on heads, and then how many times it fell on tails. You're gonna put the total over here. You're gonna do the same thing for the nickel, the dime, and the quarter. Okay. You're gonna total. You're gonna put uh, you're gonna total how many total here, how many total here, and then your total should be out to the side as well. Okay. You should have flipped it a total of 20 times. So this should be 20 here, here, and here. So flipping it should be 20, 20. How many should it be right here? If you flipped it a total of 20 times for each one. What's 20 times 4? 650. 80. Thank you. 80. Come on, y'all. 20, 20, 20. You got 420s. Oh boy. If money is important. If we don't know nothing else, we got to be able to count money. All right, that's important. After you do that, then um you're gonna make a frequency table. You're gonna make a relative frequency table. Okay. So your relative frequency table is gonna have decimals. So you're gonna convert. So if it's 5 here, if it's 5 over here, or 5 times heads, and the other 15 is tails, it'll be 5 over 20. Okay, and then you write that as a decimal, and so on and so forth until you get all decimals in this table. Then you're going to answer the questions below. Are there any questions about what I just said? And Maddie, you're not going to know because you're drawing. You're not really listening to what I'm saying. Okay, so I need you to focus a little bit better. Christian, you're not going to know either because you have your head down. Okay. All right. So we need for us to go ahead and pick your partner, and then I'm going to give you a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. Let's do that now. Hey, all right, we're almost at the end. So real quick, listen really quickly so you'll know. Guys, look. Shh. Stony. It don't matter. I just want y'all to stay quiet for a minute. I can get you another coin. That's not a big deal. Okay, let's suppose we're doing this 20 times. Remember, we're tossing the penny 20 times. And suppose you got 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you got 15 here. Okay, that gives you a total of 20. When you doing your frequency table, this is how many. So here I put 4, here I put 15, sorry, 5. And then here I put 20. When I get ready to do the relative frequency, I change these to decimals. This is 5 out of 20. So what I do is I type in my calculator 5 out of 20 so that I can get my decimal. What's 5 out of 20? Type it in. 5 divided by 20. Point something. What is it? 0.25. Okay, and then I do 15 over 20. What's 15 over 20? Point what? 0.75. Now when I add 0.25 plus 0.75, what does that give me? 1.00, which is 100% this way. And so that's how I convert my frequency table to a relative frequency table. And you're doing that for all of these, okay? Any questions? Now, when you get down here, this total right here is 80 because you flipped the coin a total of 80 times. So when you do the percentages here, when you do it this way, it's gonna be how many total here over 80? How many total here over 80? So when you do this fraction, it's gonna be over 80. Guys, this is where y'all mess up. You care more about your personal conversations than what I'm saying. And then later on, you want me to go back and explain stuff to you. Okay? That's why I look at you sometimes like, lost your mind. Because the whole time that I've been explaining this to you, you wasn't listening to anything I said. And that's out of human nature. If you tell somebody something and then they willingly not even listen to you, they're rude, you don't want to talk to them. That's human nature. And I'm human. Okay? So when you're talking while I'm talking, I'm deeming that as disrespect. You might not, but it's disrespectful to me. Okay? So at least give me the common decency to listen to what I have to say. And that way, maybe you might have less questions. You might not. You might still have questions, and that's fine. But at least you wasn't disrespectful. I don't mind repeating myself if you didn't understand. All right, we'll finish this up. We'll finish this up tomorrow, and then we'll work on our study guide for our test on Wednesday. Put your calculators back, please.